11 News, 11 at 11.
Watch tonight.
Now, Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
Breaking out, Bernie Sanders' campaign says he has had a heart procedure for a blocked artery. 2 stents were inserted, and he's recovering at a hospital in Las Vegas. The campaign says the 78-year-old experienced chest discomfort during an event yesterday. He has canceled all of his events and appearances until further notice.
And we have Chopper 11 up live over breaking news on the Turnpike. A crash there in Hampton Township. You see the car on the back of a tow truck. Channel 11 traffic expert Tricia Pittman has been monitoring the situation there.
She joins us now with more on the impact this is having on traffic this afternoon. Tricia?
Accident is in the eastbound direction on the Pennsylvania Turnpike between the Butler Valley and Allegheny Valley interchanges in the Harmer area. Take a look right now at Chopper 11 live over the scene. You can see that blue SUV involved. It is off to the side of the road. Crews behind that seem to be clearing some debris. I saw them just a few moments ago filling up those large trash bags with whatever type of debris is there. You can see one of the tires off to the side of the road. Significant damage being told, though. Everyone was able to get out of that vehicle. It was struck by another vehicle, not sure exactly where that other vehicle is, and then overturned, rolled over. Again, we do know that everyone was able to get out of the vehicle. No word on any injuries. Traffic is getting by, but is slowing. And again, this is eastbound on the Pennsylvania Turnpike between the Butler Valley and Allegheny Valley interchanges in the area of mile marker 42.9. Just a slight delay every now and then through that area, but you just want to use some extra caution. Let's head back to the news desk.
An argument between 2 men inside a downtown 7-Eleven escalated and ended with one of the men stabbing the other.
It's the latest in a string of stabbings downtown over the last 2 months. Channel 11's Lori Hoy spoke with a man who witnessed it all play out, and she joins us live with what police say set this suspect off. Lori?
Well, Gordon, the stabbing happened right here outside of this 7-Eleven store on Smithfield Street. I talked to an eyewitness who told me it all started when 2 men had words inside the store. Police arrested this man, 27-year-old Haider Al-Ghazi, a short time after the stabbing as he was walking on Liberty Avenue, and they also recovered 2 knives. According to the criminal complaint, officers identified Al-Ghazi from the 7-Eleven security video. Al-Ghazi told police that the victim, Curtis Owens, was making comments about the cuts on his neck. Court papers say the 2 men walked outside of the store and their fight turned physical. Al-Ghazi said when Owens punched him in the face, he stabbed him. We talked to an eyewitness who was a customer in the store at the time who saw it all go down. He wanted to stay anonymous.
They went outside, started fist fighting. The next man knowing, heard a loud thump off the glass, and then the construction worker opened the door, and then we seen that he was stabbed and he was crawling his way back into the vestibule.
Police tell me the victim is in stable condition at UPMC Mercy Hospital. This latest stabbing has people concerned here downtown. I'm working on that part of the story for tonight at 5. Reporting live from downtown, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
A Pittsburgh man wanted for killing a woman in Atlanta has turned himself into Pittsburgh police. The U.S. Marshal's Office says Austin Stryker surrendered early this morning. Stryker is accused of killing a woman who disappeared September 14th near Atlanta. Her body was found in a shallow grave. Stryker is in the Allegheny County Jail and will be taken to Georgia to face charges. Near record heat again today with the chance of rain tonight.
And meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking the heat and the rain chances in Severe Weather Center 11.
How do you guys like this summer feel?
It goes on
as long as we can.
Yes, and so we are definitely going to be dealing with that summer feel for the day today once again. Let's take a look at what's happening out there. Visible satellite showing the clouds that have been moving across the area this morning, rather thick in spots, but starting to thin out and seeing that sunshine now. And I want to point out also that just up toward the northwest, right up here, as you see in Ohio, we have some more clouds that are going to be coming in later on today. So we are looking at temperatures in the 80s right now and going up into the mid 80s this afternoon. Right now it's 80 in Pittsburgh, it's 83 in Washington, but believe it or not, temperatures are running 5 degrees cooler in Pittsburgh than this time yesterday and 4 degrees cooler up in Butler. This afternoon, if you want to have lunch outside, temperatures will climb to the mid 80s. Of course, you're going to need
need that sunscreen and plenty of water because that humidity is rather high, so it'll feel a touch warmer than the actual air temperature later today. Storm Tracker does show a couple of showers, maybe even a thunderstorm coming in to places like Newcastle, into Butler and Contanning later on tonight. And I think that as we get into these nighttime hours, we are going to be bringing that chance into Pittsburgh. So I want to finish walking you hour by hour through the forecast maps and have you plan your day for the day today and tomorrow, and I'll do that coming up in just a few minutes.
A baby from West Mifflin is safe after a nationwide search that lasted nearly a week. Ambrose Klingensmith was found yesterday near Nashville. Police say the boy needed treatment, but his parents took him from Children's Hospital here in Pittsburgh last week. They took Ambrose there in the first place because he couldn't go to the bathroom, and that's when doctors noticed bruises consistent with abuse. For now, Ambrose will remain in Tennessee with child welfare officials. His parents, Damon Klingensmith and Jeanette Funnin, will be brought back to Pittsburgh to face child endangerment charges.
2 men shot to death in 2 different neighborhoods this morning, and we had crews at both scenes. Detectives were called here to Uwansa Village Housing Complex in McKees Rocks just after midnight. They say they found a 26-year-old man shot to death outside. They learned the victim was standing on the front porch of one of the vacant apartments when 2 men approached him and fired shots. Right now, though, police say they do not know who those men are or why they did this. And around the same time, Pittsburgh police got a shot spotter notification on Frankstown Avenue in Homewood. You're looking at that scene right now. Police there say a man in his 30s was found shot to death inside a vehicle. You can see it there in the video. The driver's side window shattered. In that case, too, no word on a suspect or a motive. And police are investigating a double stabbing in Harmer Township. That attack happened yesterday at the Valley Motel. 2 men stabbed each other during a fight. They were both taken to the hospital. One is in critical condition. Another person who was in the room was taken to the hospital with a broken hand.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo confirms that he was on the controversial call between President Trump and Ukraine's president. Our Jacqueline Fell is in Washington, where the State Department's independent watchdog is meeting with members of Congress today.
Speaking in Italy today with his Italian counterpart, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo addressed reports he was on that controversial call with President Trump and Ukraine's president.
As for was I on the phone call, I was on the phone call.
That call is at the center of House Democrats' push to impeach the president. Pompeo did not give information about the content of the call, saying only that he is well-versed in U.S. policy toward Ukraine. President Trump pressed Ukraine's leader to investigate his top Democratic rival, Joe Biden, and his son Hunter. Back here in Washington, the State Department's Inspector General, internal watchdog, is meeting with members of Congress behind closed doors. The watchdog requested today's meeting. House Democrats are fighting the Trump administration for documents and access to witnesses. Pompeo accused Democrats of, quote, bullying State Department officials by calling them in for depositions. Democrats firing back, saying Pompeo has a conflict of interest since they know now that he was on that call. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
A new CNN poll shows the country is split on whether Congress should impeach President Trump. In the poll, 47% of Americans say they think the president should be impeached. That's up from 41% in May. 45% of Americans oppose the historic move. That number is down from 54% in May.
Neighbors in Cranberry Township are getting the credit for helping police track down a suspect. Officers arrested Sabrina Eisenberg Friday. They posted her picture on Facebook and say calls started coming in from people who had seen her. Police say Eisenberg had a role in 2 crimes at the Cranberry Mall, one at Lori's Hallmark, the other at Ulta.
Individuals, they're not corporate locations. You know, they work hard for what they do, so anytime money's taken from them, it affects them individually.
Eisenberg was also wanted in several surrounding counties, including Allegheny. Deal Valley schools are closed, and the reason is bed bugs. 2 buildings are being sprayed. Channel 11's Mike Holden spoke to the superintendent and a parent concerned about what's being done to clean the schools.
I just talked with the Steel Valley superintendent, and he told me he understands parents' level of concern. He said he gets it. Nobody wants bed bugs in their home. Nobody wants their kids to come home from school with bites. So he says they're doing everything they can right now to fix the problem. You're looking at the images that started a social media firestorm amongst parents and students in the Steel Valley School District. These right here are bed bugs. Since the video was posted, the district closed schools today, and exterminators moved in to begin the cleaning and treating process. This was all done out of an abundance of caution. All 5 Steel Valley buildings are currently being exterminated. District officials say there were 2 different incidents reported to them. A suspected bed bug was found in a high school classroom, and then a middle schooler reported finding one on a gym bag. No additional bed bugs have been found, and there have been no reports of any bites. The superintendent wants parents to know they closed today to reassure families and staff, and there is not an infestation.
I check her every day. I'll just check her and make sure and go through her book bag. They said one was found in a book bag. So, just always make sure, we're clean people.
Now, we will check in with the district throughout the course of this day, but the superintendent did tell me they plan to resume classes tomorrow. Reporting in the Steel Valley School District, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Breaking news, a convicted child sex offender has been ordered to prison for violating his probation. Scott Tyree was convicted of kidnapping and raping Alicia Kozakevich from Crafton Heights when she was just 13 years old and holding her in his Virginia home. Then this summer, Tyree admitted looking at porn, and that violates the conditions of his parole. Target 11 broke the story and alerted Kozakevich back in February when Tyree was placed in a halfway house less than 4 miles from her family's home. We're asking where he'll go when he gets out of prison this time. That's coming up on Channel 11 News tonight at 5. A father wants everyone to know his story.
He passed out in front of his little girl after vaping. That's his reaction after listening to the 911 call for the first time. He takes us through what happened when he thinks he used a defective vaping cartridge.
An attack caught on a doorbell camera. How police used the video to find the victim and catch the suspect.
I don't want to die at this age.
A young boy in fear for his life. The innocent game that police say ended with a neighbor threatening that child's life.
Tracking near record heat again today, but I'm going to let you know when temperatures will drop about 30 degrees in less than 24 hours. Stick around, that's coming up.
You're streaming WPXI now. Who to sit and who to start. The inside information you need to dominate your fantasy football league every week.
WPXI Fantasy Football Insider, powered by FanDuel, Tuesdays at 7:30.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Watch David Johnson and Lisa Sylvester on Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
There has been a 16th vaping-related death reported in the United States. The latest patient was in New Jersey, and today a father in Florida is warning everyone about the dangers of vaping.
He passed out right in front of his little girl and was rushed to the hospital after vaping. Maris Badcock has the emotional interview.
Sean Parton doesn't remember calling 911.
Sean, how are you feeling?
He's listening to the call for the first time.
I didn't think I'd hear that.
Hours after vaping from this cartridge, Sean passed out in this Wellington restaurant.
Did anything about the cartridge look strange when you got it?
Nope, because it looked the same as the others.
His little girl,
That's Layla.
3-year-old Layla, witnessed it.
She remembers a lot of it.
What?
Mom was on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the bathroom with me.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll pass out.
It all started when Sean had an anxiety attack at work and couldn't get to his CBD cartridge at home. He says he asked a coworker to buy him one. Sean thought that cartridge was filled with THC-free CBD oil, which is legal. Now Sean and his wife worry the cartridge was defective. Sean was hospitalized for seizures. He can't drive a car for 6 months.
Synthetics are out there, and that's unfortunately part of our space.
Jonathan Gary runs Earth Florida, a CBD shop with more than 70 products. He can't comment on whether Sean's incident involved synthetic oil, a defective cartridge, or something else. But he says there are inferior products out there.
You can buy empty cartridges from a company, and at that point fill it up with your own oil and pass that off as that company's brand.
Well, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is urging people to discontinue vaping until they know the source of all the recent illnesses. In Ohio, the governor is calling for lawmakers to ban flavored vaping products.
The governor stopped short of issuing an immediate ban and is instead asking the General Assembly to take action. He blames the products for enticing children to start vaping and wants to get rid of them.
They lure kids with sweet flavors such as fruit, candy, chocolate, menthol, mint. They get them hooked on massive quantities of nicotine and then make it all seem cool on social media.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced last week the agency is aware of 805 confirmed and probable cases of lung injury associated with e-cigarette use.
A violent crime was caught on a doorbell camera, and some of this video is hard to watch. It shows the woman in Los Angeles running onto a neighbor's porch screaming for help. Moments later, her ex-boyfriend grabs her by the hair and drags her off the porch and beats her. A neighbor called 911, but when police arrived, the woman and her attacker were gone. They weren't found until the next day when police saw this video and went to their house.
Looked out the side window over here and witnessed him stomping on her and pulling her by her hair. It was awful.
Very frightful to know that that's, you know, the perpetrator's right next door to us. So that's kind of very disconcerting to me.
Yeah, she has severe injuries and is in the hospital. Her ex-boyfriend is in jail.
UPS has the green light from the federal government to operate a nationwide fleet of drones. It will allow the company to expand deliveries at places like hospital campuses, colleges, or business complexes. Drones won't be allowed to fly beyond the site of the operator, and each flight will need a separate operator. Home delivery, though, by drone is still years away. It all came down to one game for two teams. A trip to the postseason on the line. The Washington Nationals were down 3-1 against the Brewers when they stormed back to win the game with that base hit that brought in 3 runs. The Nationals now head west to face the Dodgers in the National League Division Series.
Your your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. It is all about that heat today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to show you a really big cool down with my updated forecast. First, let's start with the record warm low temperature we had this morning, which was 69 degrees officially in Pittsburgh. The previous record was 68 degrees, dating all the way back to the late 1800s. So we're breaking a 100-plus-year-old record out there today. It is in the mid-80s for this afternoon, and when you factor in just how uncomfortable it feels, it will feel even warmer to you when you head outside today. Our dew point right now is in the uncomfortable category. It's 65 degrees. Anything over 70 is that oppressive tropical feel to the air, so really we're getting close. When you factor in the humidity to the air temperature, this is what it feels like right now in Pittsburgh. 82 degrees. It feels like 86 in Washington and 87 in Beaver. So definitely need to find a way to keep cool out there. You're going to need your AC in your car for sure, I think, or at least the windows rolled down. Low temperatures tonight will be falling into the low to middle 60s with 66 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Uniontown, 67 in Washington. We're in for yet another mild night tonight, and this is considering the average high temperature this time of year should be in the upper 60s. So you know it's going to be starting mild and also going to be a rather warm day again on Thursday. Here's Storm Tracker. I want to show you the chance for rain as we head into this afternoon. Notice a little green showing up here up to our north. This is just one weather model that we look at, and I wanted to show it to you because it does bring in a chance for some wet weather up into the Butler area, Lawrence County, Armstrong County. And as the evening hours wear on, there is a chance that we'll get in a stray shower or a thunderstorm here. Best chance, though, comes at night. So we're looking at 10:30 p.m. Notice that wave of rain coming in from the north. This is a look at some orange color up there, Beaver, Lawrence counties, and that would show us where some of the heaviest may fall. And we'll be tracking that rain moving across the area during the overnight. When you head out the door, here's 6 a.m. Thursday, I'd have your umbrella because the data does show the chance for a couple of lingering showers in spots, but we'll have some dry time during the day on Thursday. It is Thursday afternoon and evening where we're going to be tracking the threat for some strong, maybe even a few severe thunderstorms because a cold front's coming in. And this cold front, we've been talking about it for a while now, is slated to come in the afternoon and evening. So here's 6 p.m. You can see some yellow color showing up here around Pittsburgh, would indicate where some of those downpours could be heavy. And then here's 8 p.m. in our eastern counties. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to actually talk about those severe weather threats. So stick with me there. 83 degrees for the afternoon high. Tomorrow we're looking at 87 in Washington, 82 in Beaver, and 88 degrees in Uniontown. My 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view, and here's the temperature drop. 55 degrees by Thursday night. That's down from the high of 83. Friday, 61 degrees, and then down to 42 by Friday night. So finally, we're starting to break out the long sleeve shirts, maybe even the jackets again. And Saturday looks mostly sunny. That's the pick day to get outside right now because it looks like we're going to be bringing in some showers as we head into Sunday.
Well, quite a scare for a local boy playing football with friends 1 minute.
And then staring down the barrel of a gun the next.
I don't want to, die at this age.
Why police say a neighbor pulled the gun on the boy.
Credit cards, banks, elections, you name it. Almost anything can be hacked. The new warning about medical equipment open for attacks. 5, covering more news in Westmoreland County.
A 10-year-old says he was playing football with friends when a neighbor got upset and pulled a gun on them.
What was going through my mind is that I don't want to, die at this age.
No kid should have to think that. It happened last Thursday on 4th Avenue in Butler. Police say Scott Spawn got upset because the kid's football kept going into his yard.
He was scared. I mean, all the kids were scared. Six boys. I mean, outside playing football, why pull a gun? You know, I told him to go inside to be safe.
Spawn is facing a list of charges. At last check, he was still in jail.
The FDA is sounding the alarm. It says medical devices can be hacked and not do what they're supposed to do. Officials say they don't know of any confirmed breaches, but they say hackers could shut down devices like insulin pumps or could steal medical information. Customers can report problems with the FDA's MedWatch reporting form. It's high noon in West Hollywood. A new farm-to-table restaurant is open with a unique twist. It is the first legal cannabis cafe in the country. The cafe's menu is reflective of California flavors, and it will feature seasonal dishes that complement the effects of THC. Because of current cannabis legislation, the restaurant says its dishes will not be infused with cannabis, but guests are able to smoke marijuana at the cafe.
Police say a man with no pants on tried to break into a woman's apartment. Only Channel 11 spoke with the victim. The one thing she says kept her safe.
And police say a man pretending to be an officer went to the wrong house. How that choice got him caught.
And we've been talking about this heat and humidity, but when will we finally feel a little bit of relief from this high humidity? I'll have that for you coming up.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4. 7-day forecast now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
Near record heat again today, and the humidity makes it feel even hotter.
It sure does. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking when we might get some relief in Severe Weather Center 11.
Yes, our fans have been working in overdrive.
Yes.
We're finally going to get a little bit of a break, but we have to wait just a few more days before it comes as far as the heat goes. Let me show you the humidity, too. Here's a look at what it is like outside right now with a live look over Pittsburgh. 80 degrees. And notice that heat index. I've got that up there for you. It is 82 right now. And we always just say it's the air you can wear when the dew points are in the 60s, especially mid to upper 60s, which is where they're at right now. 65-degree dew point right now in Pittsburgh. This is to measure the amount of moisture in the air, and anything over 60 feels sticky. So we are hanging on to the sticky feel for the day today. Also for tomorrow. But if you can hang on with us, we promise you that that humidity will drop as we head into Friday, and you're really going to love the weather as we head into the early part of the weekend as well. I am tracking when some of these storms will be moving in, and also when some of those could be severe, and what you'll need to watch out for as you walk out and about for your day on Thursday. I'll do that in my Severe Weather Team 11 forecast coming up.
Police say a man was naked from the waist down when he tried to break into a woman's apartment.
It was a crazy, horrible nightmare for me. I could not sleep after that event.
Channel 11's Renee Wallace found out it took 8 police officers to get that man in custody, so you can imagine the fear that one woman felt when police say he tried to get inside her place.
It was a freaking night, and it was a crazy, horrible nightmare for me.
A broken chain on the door is the only thing that kept this young woman safe last night. She was so traumatized by what happened to her inside her Scott Township apartment. She asked Channel 11 to use only her voice, a voice that was still shaking today after fighting off a neighbor. James Lipinski, a convicted arsonist who police say has a history of mental problems.
He tried to break in the door and try to come in, and with all the pressure, me and my friend, we are just pushing the door in the opposite end.
Last night, police charged Lipinski with aggravated assault and burglary after they say he stripped naked from the waist down and tried to force his way into a stranger's apartment about 9:30. The victim said he used so much force, he pulled the door chain from the wall.
My legs and hands were trembling when I was trying to push in the door, and the night I could not sleep.
Police said Lipinski lives in the apartment building right next to the victim on Chatham Park Drive. He lives with a caregiver and was placed there by Weiblinger's Care Home in Bridgeville. According to police, the director of Weiblinger's told police, among many other issues, Lipinski has sexual frustration issues and in the past has acted on those issues and has been sexually deviant. The woman who came face-to-face with Lipinski on the other side of her door last night says even before then, she was afraid of him. You're moving.
Yes, I'm moving out of this house, this apartment today, tonight. I don't want to stay in anymore.
Police say the suspect also tried to bite them. He had to be tased 5 times. They say once he was inside a cell at police headquarters, he continued to throw himself against the bars.
Police say this Westmoreland County man pretended to be a police officer as they searched Westmoreland County for a group of escaped inmates. It was actually a police officer's wife who caught on. She told authorities she spotted 2 young men dressed like officers, even wearing fake badges. That happened Sunday when one of 4 escaped inmates from an Ohio jail was spotted in our area. The Westmoreland Mall was evacuated as police searched for Christopher Clement. A getaway car was found near the mall, and he was captured on a surveillance camera inside the sheets in New Alexandria. As all of this was unfolding, Derry police say 19-year-old Matthew James took matters into his own hands, dressing up like a policeman to search for Clement. James and another person were spotted shining flashlights into the windows of homes. One of them belonged to an actual police officer. That officer's wife called 911, and police say when they caught up with the men, James asked to use the bathroom. He then snuck away before coming back to turn himself in. As for those escaped inmates, they were all caught Tuesday in North Carolina.
Police say a driver was drunk when he nearly hit a school bus full of people last month. Police pulled over Joseph Kennedy back in August. They say just moments before, Kennedy was speeding down the road and nearly hit the bus as it was leaving a Rochester football game. And officers say they saw an open bottle of rum in a purse belonging to his passenger.
The latest at an old hotel in Westmoreland County that was destroyed by fire. Work started yesterday to bring down the Belvedere Hotel in Oklahoma Borough. Channel 11 was there in July when that fire destroyed it. Investigators call that fire suspicious, and they still want to talk to two men seen walking by the building minutes before that fire started. State police also want to talk to the driver of this pickup. They say it was seen in the Belvedere parking area a short time before that fire.
British royal Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has sued a British tabloid. She claims the newspaper illegally published a personal letter that she wrote to her father. Prince Harry announced the lawsuit over what he calls a ruthless campaign against his wife, similar to what his mother faced. NBC's Kelly Kobiea reports from England.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have come out fighting, facing down media critics and taking legal action against the Mail on Sunday, a British tabloid. In a lawsuit, the royal couple says the tabloid unlawfully edited and published a private letter believed to be from Meghan to her estranged father, Thomas Markle. Prince Harry spelling out the couple's hurt and anger at the tabloid media in a statement as hard-hitting as it was emotional. "I cannot begin to describe how painful it has been," Prince Harry writes, accusing the tabloid media of waging a ruthless campaign that has escalated over the past year, throughout her pregnancy and while raising our newborn son. In one story, Meghan accused of supporting a group of women at a mosque linked to terror suspects after she shared recipes and her joy of cooking with survivors of a high-rise inferno. In other stories, she's depicted as hailing from the mean streets of L.A., said to be difficult and demanding. Prince Harry adding, "I have been a silent witness to her private suffering, vilified almost daily for the past 9 months. They've been able to create lie after lie at her expense."
We've never seen Harry speak with such ferocity about certain sections of the British press. He's clearly decided to pick a fight.
"My deepest fear is history repeating itself," Harry says in his statement. "I lost my mother, and now I watch my wife falling victim to the same powerful forces." The Duke and Duchess's legal team accused the tabloid of strategically omitting certain paragraphs and words from this private letter. The tabloid, the Mail on Sunday, responded in a statement saying that the letter was not edited in any way to change its meaning, and they'll defend the case vigorously. The Duke and Duchess say any potential damages will be donated to an anti-bullying charity. Kelly Kobiea, NBC News, Windsor, England.
Lawmakers in one state already signed off on a law letting college students cash in. Now local lawmakers tossing the idea around, the plan to pay athletes before they go pro.
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
College athletes in Pennsylvania could get paid if some state lawmakers get their way. They introduced the Fair Pay to Play Act. It probably sounds familiar because California just moved forward with a similar bill. State Reps Dan Miller and Ed Gainey are still working on their bill. Right now, it would only apply to four-year schools and not community colleges.
Give them the right to market their name and use their name in a way that benefits them, as if there will be no professional career.
They plan to introduce their bill to the full House soon. The NCAA is against paying student athletes. It claims if states create their own rules, it would make unattainable the goal of providing a fair and level playing field for nearly 500,000 student athletes nationwide. The NCAA runs as a nonprofit, but it reported $1.1 billion worth of revenue during the 2017 fiscal year.
A what just happened moment was caught on camera between Britain's Prime Minister and his aides.
What's this? Oop, oop, oop.
You see one aide gives Boris Johnson a disposable cup. Another aide quickly takes it away and says no disposable cups. Curbing the use of single-use plastics has been high on the agenda of politicians, with many avoiding being pictured or filmed using them.
Well, there's a good chance you already got a suspicious text today.
Most of us just ignore them. Our consumer advisor, though, explains why you may want to take a closer look at a text that looks like it's coming from a bank to make sure your money is safe.
All the rain right now is well north of here, but I am tracking when we'll have the best chance for rain and when some of us could see some strong to severe thunderstorms.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Avoid scams, save money, and find great deals. Top consumer advocate Clark Howard. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI. Weekdays at 11 on Channel 11.
Every weekday.
Watch The Wendy Williams Show. Weekdays at 11 on Channel 11.
IKEA is aiming to become a major player in smart home technology. The retailer is making its biggest investment in 2 decades to take on the likes of Google and Amazon. IKEA's CEO tells the Financial Times the company is looking at products such as air cleaners to add to a growing list of smart products it already offers. The next time you get a suspicious text from a financial institution, our consumer advisor Clark Howard says, don't ignore it. He breaks down what you should do instead to make sure your money is safe.
Every day you get texts and phone calls from organizations saying they're your bank or a brokerage house or whatever. And so now we're so conditioned that these are going to be phony that we don't even respond to them. The funny thing is they may in fact be real. So when you get one of those phone calls or texts, here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and figure out the real number to contact the bank or credit card company or whoever, and then you call them at that number. With the credit card, it's simple. Get it out of your wallet or purse, look at the number to call them on the back, call that number and ask, hey, are you trying to reach me? Because most of the time, these things are bogus. But what if it is real and some crook is using your credit card, who knows where, buying who knows what? I'm Clark Howard.
The state is holding a public hearing on Duquesne Light's plan to upgrade service to several communities. The power company wants to replace transmission lines from Crescent Township to Bruno Island. At a community meeting in August, neighbors said they were never notified and they were concerned about how close the new wires would be to homes. In earlier newscasts, we reported the meeting is set for tonight, but it is actually next Wednesday. That's October 9th at Yorktown Hall on the Moon campus of Robert Morris University.
Your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
Well, we know the heat is on today. This afternoon, the temperatures are already in the 80s. This evening, if you have any plans to do a little running, you'll definitely want to carry a water with you. We're going to have 81 degrees at 7 o'clock, and then, of course, the sun will go down, and we're looking at upper 70s through 8 and 9 o'clock. Also going to be bringing in that chance for rain as we head into this evening as well. So if you do have any plans during those hours I just showed you, you'll want your umbrella just in case. Tonight, we are looking at showers, and a few thunderstorms are also possible across parts of the area. Low temperature will fall to 66 degrees, so it's going to be, yes, another mild night tonight and humid. Winds northwest will be light at 3 to 8 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're looking at 83 degrees, and this will be our last warm day before we feel the fall weather back in the forecast. We are looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. Winds outside of any thunderstorms will be a little bit breezy at times, anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Let me time out the rain for you on Storm Tracker. Here's 6:30. Noticing a little bit of rain showing up around Butler. Best chance here for late afternoon will be I-80 and north. Although with time, these showers and storms will gradually push down to the south, so hence better rain chances once the sun goes down. Here's 11 o'clock, even some yellow showing up here just south of Butler, where we could be dealing with some moderate rainfall. We'll have pockets of rain overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, so grab your umbrella before you head out. We'll also be tracking some dry hours throughout the day on Thursday. I do want to call attention to the afternoon time frame, though, because we're getting new data in that shows as the cold front comes in from the west, we also are looking at that chance for some strong, maybe even a few severe thunderstorms. Here's 6 p.m. Yellow, orange showing up here, Beaver, Allegheny counties as well. These are going to be moving from west to east across the area as that cold front pushes through. Here's 8 p.m., some of the strongest now in the ridges. So for Thursday, we are looking at an isolated severe thunderstorm threat. This is the latest information from the Storm Prediction Center, with the area in dark green, which does include much of the area, including Pittsburgh. Now, when I look at the ingredients overall of the atmosphere, you need a couple of things. You need the heat, you need the moisture, and we've got that in play for tomorrow. You also need something to get the storms going, and that's the cold front coming through. Something else we look at is something we call storm energy, and we have a really cool map here at Channel 11, which will show you more energy in yellow. That's showing up here across much of the area, from Beaver into Washington and Allegheny counties, even here into Westmoreland County in the afternoon. So that's the storm energy, and we have a lot of that to work with. So as these storms come across, we could be looking at 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with the strongest storms, as well as some small hail. Very similar to what we had out there over the weekend, if you may remember. Certain areas had some of these going on. Lightning is a threat in any thunderstorm. Of course, you can always download our Severe Weather Team 11 app, and it'll bring you any alerts and, of course, the radar right to your cell phone. My 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. There's the temperature drop down to 50s by Friday morning, 61 for Friday afternoon. Looking at 40s when you head out the doors Saturday morning. We can finally go back into our closets and break out those long sleeve shirts if you have any early morning plans on Saturday.
Halloween is approaching, and the haunted houses will be opening soon. The reason you'll have to wait to visit the new version of Scare House in the Strip District.
Everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Pennsylvania-based Yingling has announced the first collaboration in the brewer's 190-year history. It's teaming up with Hershey's to create a chocolate porter. It is Hershey's first licensed beer partnership. The beer will only be available on draft, and it should arrive by noon, or Halloween. By noon would be good too. And the limited release is expected through Valentine's Day.
I'm not sure if I would like chocolate, and we'll see. I'd try it, though. If you had plans to visit the Scare House's new attractions in the Strip this weekend, you're going to have to wait a few more days. The opening of Scream District has been delayed because of permit issues. It's now scheduled to open October 10th. Scream District is located in Pittsburgh's Strip District and features a haunted attraction called The Basement and a new escape room. The main Scare House is moving and will reopen next year. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5.
You can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Enjoy. Channel 11 News at 5, when you want news from where you live.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.
Hello and welcome to Take 5. I'm Heather Habira. Today I'm joined by Teresa Gaspard, Special Events Manager at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Teresa, many people know and love the zoo. Their families enjoy visiting and seeing the animals and also attending those special events. But you're here to chat about your conservation efforts. I understand that you are dedicated to the conservation of endangered and threatened species around our globe. What kind of conservation work is the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG PPG Aquarium involved with?
We're involved in every facet of conservation, from directed species and habitat efforts to sustainable practices in our everyday operations at the zoo. We currently have 93 conservation projects